Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the DozCast episode. I am your host, Mr. Doz, joined again by Brother Doz, and today I'm reading more Reddit stories for you. Hopefully, I can get through these quick. I just got off work, and I basically can't read anything in front of me right now. So,
Coming back from work, you still can't read.
yep, true. This first story comes from Am I the Asshole?
Yes.
Before I forget, this is Uber Stories, of course. The theme is Uber Stories, anyway. Hell, killing this intro. Anyway, first story comes from Am I the Asshole? And, am I the asshole for telling my brother he has to buckle up in our Uber? Right off the bat, no. Buckle up, bitch.
Yes.
Me,
You want to die, okay?
true. Me, 20 male, my brother, 21 male, and my girl, 20 female, were going out, and as we drove off in the Uber, I told my bro to buckle up because my girl was in the car. Okay. It's bad, but honestly, I admit he and me, okay, English, me and him are in the car in the habit of not wearing our belts. But my girl is 100% strict about it and wants everyone in the car with her to be belted up, so I always do when I'm with her. He said no, he don't wear them and continued in the ride without them, which my girl said I'm picturing some dude just like gangster type shit, you know? So my girl then said, "Yo, bitch." I forgot where it was. Cool. Awesome. Which my girl said was fine, but I know her and she definitely didn't like him next to her unbelted, which I get if you care about that. So on the way home, I tell him he has to be belted in or he can't ride with us, and he was so fucking pissed. Kind of a short ass story. But, yeah, I don't know. I guess if the guy just wants to die, go ahead. But at the same time, it should be the Uber driver's responsibility to be like, hey guys, I need you guys to wear your seatbelts because I don't want to get a ticket. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. Just make sure you didn't die.
Good thing to say to this freaking thing. It's like, "Arr." Seatbelt.
Well, overall vote was asshole. Some comments here are both you and your brother are the asshole. Wear your damn seatbelt. I'm a forensic science graduate. Well, big deal. Just fucking Christ. Uh,
That's cool.
uh, cool. Nice. Sorry, Senator. Try backing up with a source. Right. Part of my studies involved taking crash scene reconstruction as well as watching videos, seeing pictures of crime scenes. I assure you that few seconds of inconvenience slash discomfort is better than your family being notified that they have to come identify your body at the morgue because there was a car accident and you didn't make it. This is a safety issue. Your girlfriend isn't being strict or bossy. She cares and wants to make sure you live. I don't think I've ever gotten in the car with anyone and then be like, you know what? Fuck you, bro. I'm not wearing my damn seatbelt.
I don't think I've ever been in a car and someone hasn't put on their seatbelt.
Yeah, exactly. It's just common knowledge that you wear your fucking seatbelt.
Clearly not.
Well, common knowledge except
The
for
thing I've learned about life
these
is
two
that
brothers,
in
apparently.
average since I'm actually a fucking Einstein. Because no one else has it.
Common sense, yeah. Yeah. I was thinking that this was going to be like the brother never wears his seatbelt or something like that. But it's both of them don't wear it. And the girlfriend being quote unquote strict. I'm like, yeah, sure. I don't know. That's a wacky one for me. Just wear your seatbelt, dude. Move on with life. Or don't wear your seatbelt and then don't move on with life.
Or move on from life.
Exactly.
Higher plane of existence.
All right, this next one comes from Uber drivers, r/Uber drivers. We all have a crazy Uber story, do we? I don't know you, but there's no Uber out where I live. I picked up a girl from Target. I greeted her and let her know her destination was only about 5 minutes away, and I put the music up. Okay. When I dropped her off, she handed me a lot of cash, drug money. I figured it was a bunch of singles. I didn't even glance at it. I thanked her, and she told me this was my blessing. Okay. I put it in my pocket as I was driving off. I seen her skipping away. I can't make this up. It didn't sink in what she had said until I was driving for about 5 minutes, and so I pulled the money out of my pocket, and it was all 20s. Ended up being 1,600. That's a lot of fucking 20s. $1,600, and this was right before Christmas. What's yours? Damn, that's crazy. Often I'll hear about people complaining about Uber, and I'm like, damn, sucks to suck. Imagine not having Uber. No delivery, no nothing. So what's your crazy Uber story?
Mine?
Yeah.
Or even taking an Uber.
Yeah, it's crazy because, growing up, I don't know what your mom told you, but my mom told me never get in a car of strangers. And here we are now, where you can literally you have an app on your phone where you can ask for a person or a stranger and get in their car. Makes sense to me. Anyway, in the comments, there are a couple more stories here that I'll go ahead and read. I got a ping, to go into Philly to the Broad Street bar. I pull up to the house and there's a bunch of rideshare pickups happening. So as a group of 4 gets in my car, after everyone gets in, the back door opens and one of the guy gets out. I assume to get something out of his front pocket and gets back in. So I start the ride into Philly. It goes uneventful until Ben Franklin Bridge, where the toll worker starts laughing. I figure he's making jokes about the cars to make work interesting. Nope. So in the middle of a bridge, I check my mirrors and notice a 4th head in the back seat. I'm immediately surprised and yell out, "How the hell did you get there on the bridge?" This guy just owns it and operatically sings "Surprise Midget."
Okay.
Yo, it's Peter Dinklage. Obviously, the 3 guys in the back knew what was going to happen, as he'd been laid across their laps for the last half hour. But the 2 of us in front had no idea and didn't notice him the entire time. So we're both crying, laughing into Philly. When we arrived at the destination, as everyone was getting out, the little person decided to fully own what he had done and whimsically skipped across Broad Street and went into the bar. He was wearing all green. He looked like a leprechaun heading to the bar. I ended my night on that because I just couldn't even. Damn. Surprise midgets. They just come out of nowhere, bro. You just gotta be careful. Next thing you know, a midget pops up right behind me. Oh, my camera's not on. Never mind. Damn. Nope. Alright. One more of these comments and we'll move on to the next story. Got a request to pick up.
Yep.
Sorry. Got a request to pick up at a bar at 4 a.m. Damn. When I pull up, uh,
Pretty normal.
pretty normal for me. Yeah, yeah. 4 a.m. That's way too late, bro. You gotta be starting at least 1. Uh, when I pull up, it's 5 sloppy drunk dudes. Um, is that like the sequel to Sloppy Joe's? I say I only have room for 4. One begs and tells me it's just down the street. He'll tip, etc. Fine, it's my last ride of the night, so they squeeze in. I instantly regretted it, of course, as they were loud and excited, but the ride was pretty short. We pull up to the destination and they get out of the car. The guy in the passenger seat told his friends to give me all their cash for the tip. These 5 drunk guys start fumbling and pulling out their cash and laying it on my seat, over $100. Pretty memorable, but kept thinking how they all woke up the next day wondering what happened to all their cash.
Where's the story?
What?
Being facetious. Where's the story? All right. Is that a feel-good story or something?
I'm not sure.
Alright.
I mean, I guess he got $100 out of it, but at the same time, he had to do 5 sloppy drunk dudes.
Sloppy Joes.
Yep, they were all named Joe.
Joe Schmoes.
Joe Mama. Joe's barbecue foot massage. There's an old meme out there where some dude filming a commercial, and it's Jones barbecue foot massage. I'll send you the video to see it because you have to see it. But my junior year of high school, for some reason, because my name was Joe, they classmates of mine back in automotive, they kept making fun of me, saying that I had my own business called Joe's Barbecue Foot Massage. And I was like, okay. And I remember I just went with it one day because we had these 2 recruiters coming in. They were like, okay, let's go around the room, introduce yourself, say something you do. And I stood up and went, hi, I'm Joe. I run Joe's Barbecue Foot Massage. They had never heard of me either, and they were like, what? And I look over at one of my classmates, and he puts his head down and just like, this motherfucker. I was like, what? You're always saying it. Why can't I? He's like, because it's cringe when you do it. It's like, fuck you then. Good times.
Business loan.
Yep. Just like your weed whacking business. That's why they call you the weed whacker. Oh, okay. Last one. This comes from r/creepy encounters. Scary Uber experience. This happened a couple of months ago. I should hold my phone in my hand instead of just leaning on the table. I was at a friend's house one night and didn't realize how late it was, around 2 a.m. I love sleeping in my own bed, so I decided to call an Uber home instead of staying over. My friend lives in a more rural area. Am I saying that right? Rural. Fuck it, English sucks.
Yeah.
Area, whatever. Fuck you. Area of town. So it took a while to get an Uber, and it was, wow, you're still getting an Uber out there? Damn. And it was around a 40-minute drive back to my house. Upon getting into the Uber, the first comment, he made was telling me how pretty I was. Immediately, red flags started going off in my head. I'm already a very anxious person, and I've always been afraid of taking Ubers alone, especially at night. So I was already on edge before the comment was made. I just replied, thank you, and he started to drive me home. Whew. My friend was a boy, and I assume the Uber saw him standing at the doorway before he left, because around 5 minutes into the drive he asked, was that your boyfriend? At this point, my gut feeling tells me something is wrong. I reply yes and say nothing further. He then proceeds to go on about how lucky my boyfriend was, and again how pretty I was. At this point, I didn't answer. Around 10 minutes into the drive, the Uber driver tells me that he knows a quicker way to get to my house and we're going to take a detour. Immediately start I immediately start to panic inside because as an anxious Uber rider, I consistently watch the Uber app on the driver's phone and need to be following the map. And also this detour seemed to be going deeper down the English
Rural.
roll versus into the city. No, I can't say that shit. Uh, I then called my dad, but at this point it was past 3 a.m. But because it was past 3 a.m. at this point, he didn't answer the phone. I then decided to call 911. The operator answers right away, and I act like I'm talking to my dad on the phone. She immediately sensed that I was unable to tell her the exact situation. Shit. I looked away for 1 second. Where'd I go? But I acted like I was talking to my dad. That I was in an Uber and would be home soon. She then started to ask me questions about the color of the car by having me simply answer yes or no, and the make of my car or the make of the car, location, etc. She asked if I was in danger, and I said I don't know. After telling her my location, she then told me not to tell the Uber driver to get on the highway. Oh, to tell the Uber driver to get on the highway because the detour had taken consisted of more roads. Thankfully, we were only around 5 minutes from the highway. Whew, damn. And then another 10 minutes from the police station. She told me to tell the Uber driver to drop me off at a house in the neighborhood close to the police station. She gave me the exact address and advised that an officer would be waiting there for me to take me home. After politely trying to beg the Uber driver to change the address, he finally did and continued to go on the direction. I stayed on the phone with the operator until I got to the destination. Sure enough, an Uber was waiting a couple of houses down. I got out of the car and walked straight towards out of the Uber and straight towards the car. I'm not sure if I was overreacting about the situation due to my anxiety, especially by calling 911, but the alarms were going off so loud in my head that I genuinely thought I needed to do in that situation. I now only take Uber alone in the daytime and always share my ride with my parents or friends. Stay safe, everyone.
Not.
Not the asshole.
Oh, sorry. The asshole. Should have tipped well.
Yeah, seriously.
He took you on the scenic route. Duh.
The scenic route at night where you can't see anything. Yes.
Yes. Exactly.
He's just passing by a lake. It's like, see that nice lake on the left there? There are a bunch of bodies in there. I'm going to put you in there.
People will always want to know what my body count was. It's however many I can fit.
It's however many I can.
That's it?
It's however many I can fit in the passenger seat.
Yep.
Damn. Just only killed one dude.
You can fit two bodies there.
Yeah, but then the police are gonna pull you over.
Did you? No, it's for HOV access. Do you know the joke? There's a guy that
No way.
is driving and he
No way.
pulls over. He grabs a hitchhiker on the road. Hitchhiker gets in, and the hitchhiker goes, "Thanks for picking me up, but what makes you think I'm not a serial killer?"
Oh
And the
yeah.
driver, yeah,
Statistically, there can't be two of us in the same car or something
yeah,
like that.
that'd be crazy if there were two in the same car.
Yep, yep.
It's like two in this call.
What? Some comments here. Trust your instincts. Besides, even if it was anxiety only, and it really does not sound like it in this case, it's better safe than sorry. I'm glad you got out of the situation and home safe and sound.
It wasn't sketch until the detour.
Yeah.
I mean, creeper, but like
Yeah.
he starts
Creeper?
going off track.
Oh
Creeper.
man.
He starts going off track, and it's like red flags, definitely red flag.
Yeah.
Nobel Prize, Otto. Nobel Prize.
I mean, whenever I go to Sheldon, I do know there's a detour to take home that I often will take because it kind of skips a bit of the highway traffic. But yeah, I don't know. If I'm an Uber driver, I probably wouldn't be like, "Hey, you're pretty." But also, I know this detour. You may die tonight. What? Nothing.
Dude,
You did.
always, always get to see um, emergency services doing the people answering the 911 calls, doing a really fucking good job.
Yeah, you ever hear the pizza story?
The pizza story.
Well, I'm sure there's multiple, but there's a lot of like people calling to order pizza, and it's
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking when you started telling the story.
yeah. Another comment here is from I just need a username. Okay, cool. You were not being paranoid, and you handled that shit. Oh, handled that shit. Good job. I would report this to Uber just so they have it on record in case he tries again with another woman. Also, I once heard a story from a girl who left her friend's house and wasted in the early AM, blacked out, and came to an Uber like 15 minutes later with him on the freeway en route to a suburb deep in the valley in the opposite direction of her house. She basically had to play super nice to him and like basically sweet talked him into driving her home. Uh, Plus, told him someone was waiting for her. She was also speculating that he might have chloroformed her or something because he insisted that she sit in the front seat when he picked her up, and she was definitely wasted, but unsure if it was that wasted. Was a reply to that saying, "What kind of friend puts their wasted friend into the trust of a stranger? It's Uber. I'm telling you, this is why Uber should probably not be a thing." Speaking of which, saw this post not that long ago of like Uber saying that like now uh, on the app you have to say whether or not you're drunk, and then the Uber driver can basically just decline your being picking you up. And I'm like, that kind of defeats the purpose of Uber because Uber is. Excuse me. Nope. Thought I had a burp. Hold on.
Run by drunks.
Yeah, that too. But also, uh, I don't know. Most people, I'd say, probably who use Uber are probably just using it because they're wasted as fuck and need to get home but can't drive themselves, which is the smart thing to do, unless you're that meme of the gorilla. You know nothing about the Uber driver. I wouldn't do that to my friend's man or woman. Definitely more risky for a woman. Yeah. That is actually kind of sus. I don't know why someone would put. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I probably wouldn't ever personally use Uber. Then again, like I said, where I live, no Uber. Not even Uber delivery or DoorDash. Huh?
I'm gonna have to use Uber when I go to Southeast Asia.
You're going to Southeast Asia?
Yep.
Why?
Vacation.
Ah, cringe. And then you're going to be picked up by the Uber, and the Uber driver's going to go, hey,
They're really pretty.
you're pretty pretty. You got a tight little man pussy on it, don't ya? It stinks. Nice and good.
He's gonna go. We're around the office. You got a bad car.
What office? It's one of your coworkers. It's that same coworker who will like, fuck, I forgot it. It's Octois. It's in Octois. Octois. Oh, shit.
Premier delicacy is
With a side of escargot. No! Not again!
It always rears its ugly head.
Just like my customers. Anyway, I think that'll do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to follow, subscribe for more like it, and also like the video. Hell yeah. And comment down below any suggestions, topics, or Reddit stories you have for future episodes. And thank you, BrotherDoz, for joining me yet again. And I will see you all next time.